Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious. In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in.
Yep.
It was Himiko.
Did I mention something about that during the investigation? I thought it was weird that Himiko was the one who specifically picked the middle room.
Tanko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Wait, I know! What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
What?
The culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
I believe Maki is referring to
Oh,
Tenko
God.
herself.
She committed suicide.
Jesus.
Suicide?
Oh my god, Tenko's like one of the last people I would have expected. She was all about like we need to live and blah blah blah, you know.
It would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out.
Okay, I need to like I need to know why.
She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the
Oh,
seance.
that's why she volunteered.
It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
Jesus. Oh, with a sickle. Oh god, like my stomach's hurting just thinking about it.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor.
Oh, is
right?
that why the floorboard was moved? She set it up ahead of time? She kind of positioned it?
If Tanko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh, she moved the floorboard so she could drop the sickle in?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Once again, though, like, what? What
Yes,
reasoning?
That makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tanko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Andrew.
Oh, shit. I hate when Kokichi and I are on the same, like, wavelength.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey, Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down.
No. I refuse to believe Tenko would do something like that. No.
Take us down?
Ugh.
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial. So she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her.
No, I don't think so. That doesn't seem like
Okay,
Tenko.
well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her. But still.
But what are you saying? Tanko wasn't like that. She told me.
Oh, yeah, that thing she said it. Yeah, keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone. Oh, and the fact she said me and knowing what she was about to do to herself. Man, I guess it's like, that's the whole thing about stuff like suicide is sometimes it's the people that you least expect. You know, it's the people who are always smiling and seem cheerful. And they want to make other people happy. But, God, that's just, oh man, that just hit me really hard. Sometimes it's the
What if
people
all of that was just a
you least
lie?
suspect, you know?
A lie?
And then sometimes there are no answers, you know, to why people do it. I hope in this case there is. I hope there's a reason why she did it.
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Ah, here comes Kaito. Kaito bringing us all back, right?
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
She's like, you're not letting this Maki roll thing go, are you?
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down.
So, wait. So she... Oh, man.
That's what I want to believe.
So do we know for sure she committed suicide or not?
Me too. Gonta, no
Okay.
can believe Tenko commits suicide.
Huh.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
My proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
So reason... Okay. Alright.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki?
Let's get Shuichi ahead of the jump on me on this. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to go along with it.
If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
Okay. Okay, so now we're saying Tenko didn't commit suicide. I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. I'll see you guys after the seance. Yeah, she just... I mean... She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Man, like, I was all, like, thinking maybe she did. I was like, holy shit, you know? And then now maybe she didn't? We'll see, I guess. This game really knows how to just kind of throw me for a loop. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Alright, everyone thinks Tenko committed suicide. But only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So far, suicide...
Okay, well, let's double check it here. Okay, there was... I think those last ones. Alright, the injury on the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. Oh, what was the other one? There was the hole in the corner. And then there was the Monokuma. Let's check and see what her, Okay. Discovered, 11 a.m. The victim was stabbed in the back of her neck, resulting in death. No other injuries were detected. Stabbed in the back of the neck. Huh. Okay, so maybe, because how would she stab herself in the back of the neck? So maybe it's the Monokuma file.
Seems to be the best explanation.
And then there was the Tenko's last moment said the same thing as well.
So she hid her true intentions.
So it could be either of those, but I have to find a time when I can do this here.
If Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
I don't know, though. Oh, he said, oh, to get, I need to make them think they're suicide. Oh, is that implying that I have to lie? I need to make them think. So he's not saying I need to prove it wouldn't work. It's I need to think that they...
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Okay, let's try. So I might have to lie about this, because...
It would explain how she died during the seance.
Could have secretly brought the sickle.
Brought the sickle.
And then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor.
I'm still wondering if that's even right, if I have to lie, and if I do, what do I need to lie about?
Her plan was to take us down with her.
Boy, oh boy, okay. I can't believe I didn't even think about that, like the whole, like, suicide thing, when she was stabbed on the back of the neck. So... And there's thing about bringing the sickle. And then there was, you know, she threw the thing down and everything. Okay, so... take her
so
down.
She hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person. But if Tenko did commit suicide,
I'm stuck on this one. Caged
it would
Child.
explain how she died during the seance.
Monokuma file.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Okay, let's try maybe the Monokuma file, and I can maybe...
Her plan... So she hid her...
Because it said about how, like...
It would explain how she died during...
Maybe I'll change, like...
And then stabbed...
I don't know, like, based on how she died. So let's try... How do I...
Threw the sickle underneath the
Whoops.
floor.
I don't know what I...
All the
dang it.
pieces
Okay.
fit.
Okay, so I gotta remember...
Suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Whoops. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing there. How do I make a lie one again? Okay, so shoot, hold lie. Okay, so I gotta hold on to it and then let it go, I guess? So I'm gonna do the part where he said, like, with the last... or strength.
Secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath
Yep.
the floor.
She would have been able to throw it away in time, no? That is, I suppose, unless her death was instant.
Damn it!
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
Okay, so he's saying unless the death was instant. So I tried to use the Monokuma file and be like, well, maybe she was killed a different way, you know, lying about that. So maybe So not enough to kill her immediately, so maybe I've got to lie about her last moments based on what he said about how, like, so maybe if I say, if she did die,
Explain how she died during the seance.
then she wouldn't have been able to do that, right? I'll try that.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath
Ah,
the
dang
floor.
it. Alright.
Of the pieces.
Let's try it again. Oh god, I've only got 43 seconds. Alright, let's... I gotta hope I'm right, too. I might not even be right about this. I gotta do it. I gotta hope this is right. I got, like, one chance here.
Finally, with
Oh!
I'll reveal the truth.
Woo!
Tenko couldn't have thrown the
I've
sickle
got to
onto
be
the
so
floor.
careful about that. I really have to be careful about how, like, the wording of things. I'm glad I caught that about what Shuichi said about, like, I have to make them think that's, you know, the suicide thing isn't possible. Or else I would have been on a, like, I would have missed that completely.
Because she died instantly.
They're gonna be able to disprove that, like, immediately, though. Right? Because
instantly.
they just have to check the Monokuma file. Yeah, Maki knows. Maki, that's right, Maki was the one who pointed that out. She said, oh yeah, like, but I gotta hope she trusts that I know what I'm doing here. She's gotta know that, like, I didn't overlook that. She's gotta know I'm lying. Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like
Uh-huh.
to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
So now she's gotta choose whether to believe me or not. She's gotta trust what I'm
Maki.
doing.
You're right. I completely forgot about that
Thank you,
important
Maki.
detail. Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
She's like, you better know what you're doing, Shuichi. I just put myself on the line for you. Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki roll? You better apologize. to
She's like,
Shuichi.
Kaido, shut up. Don't push your luck.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit.
Man, we really did divert away from Angie, didn't we?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Here I was feeling bad being like, oh yeah, it's like I had a hard time believing, but also I'm just like, yeah, but you know, sometimes it's the people you don't think that can do it that do it, and that's not necessarily untrue, but the game just took me for a fool.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
Now we can bring up the not necessarily we didn't see it, but we heard it.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. Oh, alright, perfect. There we go. Sound during the
Did anything
seance.
seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
Pretty sure that's what it's gonna
There
be.
is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed.
Okay, so I don't want to agree with that,
Utterly
because the ritual was not perfect.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Oh, okay, that's probably what
I'm
I
more
need to
concerned
agree
about
with.
how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles. Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
Perfect. It was pitch black during the seance. That limits what could have happened. Just stay calm, think. There must be some kind of clue. Alright, well, I mean, this one seems pretty straightforward, which is nice, because I've been having seemingly a lot of trouble with this class trial. So it was Himiko who said...
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something.
And I missed it. Of course I missed it.
I'm more concerned about how
Even
dark it
when
got in
I,
there.
like, have a really good idea of what I'm supposed to do, I still screw it up somehow. That's pretty
Moving
much
along
this
the walls
trial
is
for me in a
silly.
nutshell. Okay, let's do it again.
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange. Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song,
I heard something.
And, oh, wait, oh,
I'm more concerned
oh
about
darn
how
it.
dark it got in
Missed
there.
it again.
it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles.
Sorry guys, I can only imagine how frustrating this must be. I know I say this all the time, but like, man, sometimes I just shake my head at my own failure.
How utterly strange. Now that I think about it,
Third time's a charm? Maybe?
While we were all singing the song, I heard something.
Please, please, please. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Made up for my failures by hitting the V spot.
You think that's something
V point,
fell because of
whatever.
that sound you heard, right?
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? The only thing that I could think of in the room that would be able to make that noise would be the dog statue, but it was on top of the cage when we turned the lights back on, so I don't know.
What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound like something hitting the floorboards. Maybe that sound has something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. Oh boy, I hate it when they just throw this at me. Okay, so obviously let's focus on what's happened in the room. So the cage child. Magic circle. Maybe the iron cage, something with the iron cage could have maybe made that noise, but it was in the same spot too. There's the dog statue. I said, there's no way only one person would have been able to put that... Oh, except for Gonta, but I mean, I don't want to believe Gonta could have been in the room when that happened. Okay. Loose floorboard. Hole in the corner. Dried blood under the floor. I'm guessing it has something to do with the actual floor itself. Okay, let's pick the cross piece, maybe. I don't know. Shoots. And that has nothing to do with the sound during the seance. Nobody's gonna believe you anymore if you keep saying random things, you know? You don't get to say that. Yeah, exactly, Kokichi. You're the last person who gets to tell me not to say untrue things. Okay. I feel like we are drawing attention right now to the floor itself. So there was the loose floorboard, so... it's not loose. Let's try that one as well.
This is it.
Okay, perfect. Alright, so we're probably going to focus now on the floor.
I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound.
Because there's a whole thing about the blood underneath the floor and everything.
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
So maybe the way that it was moved, maybe someone did come under the floor, and like maybe they brought her down underneath the floorboards, killed her, and put her body back. I don't know. I don't know if they would have been able to do that, especially in the pitch black.
Floorboard have made such a loud sound though.
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have to have been a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
All right then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Yeah, so this I'm not too sure about, so we need to get to the bottom of this. Alright, sound during seance, magic circle, cross piece, dried blood.
Loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
Okay,
But that
that's
statue
what
was
I thought
still on top of the
initially, but then
cage.
like Mew said, yeah.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
Okay, so Gonta's saying that there was
But
somebody...
we already said there was no one under the floor.
Can we say that
Someone
for
must have stomped through the
100%
floorboard.
certain, though? Just
A floorboard
spitting.
that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and Balls are the best of friends?
Oh my god, never change Mew. Alright, what would have made a strong enough impact to knock the floorboard loose? If I think about everyone's testimony and combine it with the facts. Okay.
So what made the floorboard?
So we're focusing on the floor itself. So there was the dried blood, a small amount of blood that was on the ground under the floor of the room the seance was held in. It was quite far from where Tenko's blood was dripping. Oh. Okay, so I'm thinking, I mean, Gonta said the thing about, like, you know, someone coming up from, so, like, maybe, I said there could have been someone who'd killed her underneath the floor and then put her back up, but the thing is that we found her body not too long afterwards, so would it have had time to dry? I don't think so. So, and then Mew said that apparently, like, we've already determined that there couldn't have possibly been anybody under the floor. What was the other one? It was, the sound during this, And then there was the cross piece. One of the cross pieces that support the loose floorboard in the room. Seance was held in, only the portion that supports the floorboard was cut off. It wasn't broken naturally, it looks like someone had purposely cut it. Okay, so I think it's one of these two, because the other ones don't really have anything to do with the floor itself, so I have to agree with one of
Judging
these
from the
guys.
sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor.
I mean, the only person,
Then
like I said,
stood
who
up
could
with
have
such might.
put the statue back would be
But we
Gonta.
already said there was no one under the floor.
But there's no way Gonta could have come in the
Someone
room
must
without
have
anyone
stomped through the
noticing.
floorboard.
A floorboard
I don't know.
that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous.
Oh my god!
God, it's like I'm the
That's
only
right.
one here who's staying on the ball.
Kokichi fell
You
through
hardly
the
have any
floorboard,
experience
didn't
with
he?
balls to say that, Mew.
In the other room?
Don't be stupid.
Okay, maybe that's it.
Don't you know me and Balls are the best of friends?
So it wouldn't be the dried blood, I don't think. So maybe the cross piece? And the thing is,
What made
too,
the floorboard come loose?
Mew is like disputing everybody else's
Judging from the
things
sound,
with
there must have been
legitimate,
considerable
you know,
force.
reasons why it couldn't be possible. But with Kokichi, she's just like, but it's
Maybe
dangerous.
that person tore off the floorboard.
And as Kokichi showed, he fell through it as well.
Wooden statue.
I'm surprised he hasn't brought that up yet.
Culprit hide
I wonder
under
if there's a
floor.
reason why he's keeping that to himself
Then
until
stood up with such might.
he figures it's going to be the right time to
There was no one
let
under the
people know
floor.
that. Okay, so
Someone
Kokichi's...
must have stomped through.
And I missed it. And I missed it. Of course I missed it! Come on! Ugh.
When you step on it is
Dang it.
dangerous. I'm the only
With balls to say that, Mew.
Ugh.
So what made the
Floorboard come loose. Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Let's try it again.
crashing sound.
Is this gonna be like the rest of my playthrough? Is I'm just gonna keep missing, hitting the you know, the statements?
Then stood up with such might.
And of course it's the very last statement,
Someone
right?
must have stomped.
Come on, come on, come on. Oh yes!
agree.
Woo! Nice. Never thought I'd get 2 V points in a
The
row.
floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
but floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
I'm wondering if Kokichi's gonna bring it up now about like, well, I stepped through it.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the crosspieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the crosspiece?
What do they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I'll need to think carefully about the crosspiece and floorboard. Alright, so Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and the crosspiece been cut was on the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Okay, so someone would step on it. Only one of the crosspieces would... is that how they... Do they get her body underneath the floor? Is that possible? I'm just trying to think. So, no. If someone stepped on it, it would go the... No, she would go up, right? Not down. One of them was right under Tenko. Oh, so... Okay, so whoever... We just gotta figure out whoever was standing in that spot. Although I guess I could have walked over during the dark, but like if someone was standing there and they stepped... That's how we know who the killer is, right? Except... was someone standing there, or would someone have had to move over... I don't know. Okay. The other one was... Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to think this through. If someone was standing there, we could just so easily determine that's the killer if they knew that that crosspiece was cut. So yeah, by stepping on it, she would go upwards, not down. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think. Come on, think. Okay. Alright. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, so it's an anagram. Anagram, oh no. Is that the thing where it's the same backwards and forwards? It's spelled the same way, or is... No, an anagram is when, like, you can move the letters around and you can make different... Okay, I need to focus. Alright, what happened when the loose floorboard was stepped on? So, shit. EWS... Okay. Oh! Seesaw! Okay. So what's the second word? Okay, so seesaw... AWS... Okay, I'm just gonna try some random... I'm not quite sure of the second word here. E... F... Okay, so it is E. Okay, so E, T, C... F... T, C... Sorry guys, I'm kind of stumped on this second one here. It's probably super obvious, but alright, let's just try... not C. Okay. T? Did I already try T? I don't even know. Okay, F. Let's try F. Oh, okay. Seesaw. Oh, seesaw effect. Oh my god, I'm a dummy. Okay, okay, alright. Alright, there we go. E. Kind of a dirt moment, but we got it. We got it. I would have never guessed seesaw effect was an anagram, though. I mean, at least I've heard of seesaw effect. It's not a very, like, standard or common saying, but I mean, I had no idea what ropeway was for last time, so at least I knew what a seesaw was.
Huh? A seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever.
That's probably how she got stabbed in the back of the neck. They put the sickle. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So that kind of bolsters my thing that maybe it was Kyo, because he set up this whole thing, right? So he would have been the most likely to have been able... Yeah, so he probably put the sickle over, like, you know, right where her neck was about to go, shot her upwards, stabbed her in the neck. And then... maybe when he was removing the cloth, he quickly was able to, like, cover up the sickle with the cloth and toss it away. Yes, I bet you that's how it is.
Lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
I could be completely wrong. There might be, like, it might not be that straightforward, but I'm guessing he's the most likely person who could have done that.
Body lifted up?
Okay, I'm feeling good about things now. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that.
Yes.
Unless they used the sickle.
Oh, it feels good for once to kind of feel like I'm ahead of it a little bit, although, like, I might be eating my words, I might be completely wrong.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
The floorboard, seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusions can I draw from this? There's only one place the sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. I got it, man, I got it. It's, the top of the cage.
That's it!
Oh boy, I didn't realize how many hearts I lost during Hangman's Gambit.
The sickle
Okay.
was at the top
Ooh.
of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
I gotta do better and try and get those back.
The reason we
Yes.
didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
And exactly, and who put the cover there and removed it? Kyo, right?
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over. Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw...
Ugh, man, poor Tenko, though, because it's like, unlike the other, you know, most of the time when you see after someone's been, like, killed, it'll say in the autopsy that they died immediately, but she didn't. She would have never seen that coming.
Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
Ugh.
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouch position.
And that's the thing, too, is, like, I mean, everyone else kind of knew the general idea about how to do the seance, but Kyo, like you said, he'd memorized it, so he would have known she would have been crouched down in the position where her neck would have been exposed, right?
But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
I can't see it being anybody else but him.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide. Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
That's what I was like, really? Is there such thing as a old-fashioned? Like, that's a really common thing?
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Oh, whatever, Kyo. Whatever, okay? Like...
Yeah?
I know I was thinking it was Himiko for a while, but my doubts have been erased now.
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
I mean, I'm gonna feel like a real idiot if it actually is Himiko, but I really don't think it is now.
Because she's the only one capable
What?
of carrying out this plan.
Okay, I need to hear his explanation why.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location
Oh,
to be
okay.
prepared beforehand.
So he's going back to the fact that she picked the middle room, but the fact that Kokichi fell through the floorboard in the other room, maybe whoever set this up, they did that in every single room, so no matter what, they would be covered.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room.
Come on, Kokichi, man, you gotta say
That's why
something,
you chose
right?
that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle one. Middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
Also, this is, I mean, this isn't the best reasoning I have, but I don't know the odds of them having 3 female murderers in a row, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a guy this time.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it. Then, she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
I do not believe that. Nope.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Man, they never really make themselves look innocent, do they?
Himiko?
Himiko, come on. Please say something.
What's wrong, Himiko?
It is true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea. But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel? Ah.
Well now.
Looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz. A victim quiz, not a culprit quiz? The only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap. Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
It's okay.
It is okay. I am sure everyone is happy. How do you know? They could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. To be honest, I would, but I want to leave it, all this in for you guys. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me. Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Absolutely right.
That's the right answer, Monodam. Why? He hasn't said anything.
Hey,
Exactly, because there are no victims. Yep, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because then everyone mourns you and you get tons of posthumous popularity.
Daddy!
Oh, Daddy, you don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes details.
All right.
Dying makes you more popular? Then we gotta die soon, too. Oh, I don't think that's gonna be an issue. I think that will be happening.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Ah! I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
logic does not compute.
Did you hear something?
No?
Let's just, come on, let's just get back to the trial, guys. Come on.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Losing your friends that you kill off.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
I definitely feel like Monotaro is going to be the next one to go. All right,
Answer
Himiko.
us, Himiko.
We got to clear this up.
You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not?
Oh, Kyo, I know what you're doing. I will be
You
shocked
used
if it's
that
not
trap
him.
To kill Tenko, yes?
Whether I think he killed Angie and Tenko, I'm not too sure right now, but I'm like 95% sure that he at least killed Tenko. And then poor Himiko, he's just like dumping it on her to try and deflect the attention away from him.
Lips, did you kill that twat?
I wonder if he set it up in a way that's making her doubt herself.
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I
Aww.
don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko
Aww.
died. Why did I have to survive?
Oh, she's got that survivor's guilt. She must realize that could have easily been her under the cage.
And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial.
She's like, yeah, screw the rest of you.
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
It's like she used up all of her strength getting upset earlier in the trial, and then she's just depleted.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room.
Oh my god, Kyo.
Therefore, she is unmistakably
It is
the
so
culprit.
you. It's so you, my dude.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko!
And we still gotta go back to the whole Angie thing, too. Like, we barely touched on Angie at all.
Himiko not that kind of person! Gonta can tell by Himiko's face!
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
Well, I mean, that's one way, I guess. I was gonna say she's too tired, but, I mean, slow, I guess, is another way of putting it.
Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
And Kyo's the one really pushing on it. The more, like, whenever I find that someone's really pushing it on someone else, then I'm like, let's take a second look at this person.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
Because he really is just like, it's gotta be her.
No, is not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died.
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone
Bloody
steals her
Kokichi
into
finally has been brought up.
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle?
Is this why we're gonna bring up the fact that
Because you laid your trap.
the trap was laid in the other rooms as well?
Was trap only in that room?
Aha! Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we got
Other
this.
rooms may be trapped too.
Oh, all right. I'm pretty sure that's where
Yeah,
we're gonna
even
agree
if
with.
Himiko picked the room, someone else could have set that trap.
Your opinions are empty words.
Okay, I'm pretty confident about this one. If the culprit's plan were to make Himiko a suspect, they might have persuaded her to choose that room somehow. But how, and what would that tell us?
Performing the seance in...
Okay, let's check Bloody Kokichi, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be the one. While Kokichi was investigating the neighboring room from where the seance was held, he had stepped through one of the floorboards. That room also had a part of the crosspiece cut off, the portion that supported the floorboard. Boom.
That
Done.
room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one, Himiko? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room?
Okay, I think it's coming up right here.
Other rooms may be trapped.
Yeah.
I agree.
Good job! Yay, Gonta! I love how proud he looks when he says something
said.
that's right.
Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
Yeah, Kokichi, you've been keeping this to yourself, dude. Of course, right?
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. Man, if he hadn't checked out that room, this would be a lot harder to prove, so good job, Kokichi. What bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
Ahaha, yep.
I see. We were
Oh,
caught in the
whatever.
culprit's trap
Uh-huh.
all along.
Especially you!
I don't believe you for a second, Kyo.
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Oh, Kyo's probably gonna have another reason.
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
Yeah, there we go.
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
It's the most energy I've seen out of her yet. There we go. Maybe this will be a turn and this will be a brand new Himiko who's not so tired all the time, who's more motivated.
Do not say everyone. After all, the blackened is still among us.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul bro.
Soul bro, huh?
Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, Do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Okay.
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic.
Hey, Miko, don't say that, because then they're going to be like, magic, it was you, Himiko.
Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Why did nobody step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Oh, that's it. That must be the reason. Oh, alright. I'm not too sure. Not loose before the seance. Under the floor. Huh, this one I'm just trying to think what hasn't been used yet. Oh, I wonder if maybe is it maybe the magic circle? Because he said you don't step on anything, right? Maybe?
This is it!
Yeah, okay.
It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
So there where it's like you need to step in this very specific spot. Yeah. This is just pointing more towards you, Kyo, because you knew so much about the seance. Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
And of course, for everybody who came in the room afterwards, they said that, you know, it was all trampled on, so you wouldn't be able to really determine, you know, where was where.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
Okay, come on. We gotta know it's Kyo by now. I will be shocked.
Part of the culprit's plans too?
If it's anyone else, I will be flabbergasted. That's right. If that's the case, then the culprit. unlike the other ones, I know who it is. There's no doubt in my mind. They're the one who killed Tenko. It feels good to know for sure this time instead of guessing. Only one person had the opportunity and the motive. Now, here's the question. Is Kyo the murderer for both of them? This is what we have to determine.
It has to be you! Kyo, was it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
And here's the thing, though, because like they said, if it was a different person who killed Tenko that killed Angie, it's basically meaningless. So, seeing as how far we're into the trial, I'm guessing he probably did kill both of them. We just gotta figure out how. Because he could be like, okay, even if I did kill Tenko, it doesn't matter. We have to find out who Angie's killer is.
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
Are we about to have a breakdown right now?
What is so funny?
I was just thinking.
It's too early for a breakdown. We still got a ways to go.
So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard?
Yeah, we
during
still
that
have to
dark
figure this
seance?
whole thing out, huh?
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
How can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
The culprit stepped on that exact floorboard, even in the darkness. But how? How did they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put out the candle, I can move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
And of course, Shuichi's ahead of me, because I'm not quite sure.
Did you figure it out?
He did, I haven't yet. That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see it all. They used... Oh boy. Smell? Hearing? Touch? Smell? Sixth sense? Oh boy, I don't know. I'm gonna say smell? No.
Oh no!
Okay, so it wasn't that. This one I'm totally... Hearing? I'm gonna say touch?
That's it!
I don't actually know. I'm just guessing here.
The culprit used touch.
You can explain it to me,
They didn't
Shuichi.
see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So we have to figure out how he was able to shuffle his way over there.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Oh, I'm trying to, like, remember the placement of everything in the room.
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been at the scene, I know it. Oh, crap, okay. Alright, let's check out what we got here. A, G, M. Oh, okay, so it is. I'm just guessing here, so. So maybe A? Yeah, okay. Oh, magic? Oh, is it the magic circle itself? Oh, because, like, they would feel the salt. Like, he'd feel the salt on the ground? Magic circle. I need an R. Where's the R? There we go.
I see now. That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's
There we go.
texture to feel their way through the dark.
And of course, because Kyo is like so, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, he knew it so well, he would have, like, he would get a good idea of where it was.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
All right, you got anything else for us, Kyo, for us to disprove? Of
An
course.
interesting thought.
He's not going to give up
It
this
is
easily.
unfortunate that it is so wrong.
What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see. Another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle with salt, all but guaranteed it would be temporary. Man, he really thought of, like, everything, didn't he? They always do. They're always so clever about their little setups. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Oh, Kibo, do you have, like... Oh my god. Kibo, the one who got kicked out of the room, I wonder if he's got a recording function. So he has, like, a picture of what it looks like.
What a pain. I don't have any way
Oh,
to check it
and
now.
nobody's even paying attention. Poor Kibo, man. Everyone, like, just ignores him and just, like, dismisses him, and he might save this trial.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Oh, I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Mew add another function to my body, in addition to
Yeah, I bet it is. He's got a recording function, a light function, he probably has, like, a photograph function.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording
Yes! Yes, Kivo! My dude!
Image recording?
Yeah, Kyo, what do you gotta say about that?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try. Ready?
Oh, Jesus, that's horrifying.
From your mouth?
He's like one of those, instant cameras.
I've also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance.
Yeah. Poor Kivo. No hard feelings, though, right?
Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Alright, so we're gonna have to pinpoint where...
Okay, got it.
I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. So, oh yeah, so, he definitely could have. You can see those lines there pointing to the
Shuichi,
corners.
Do you notice anything?
Notice anything? Alright, can I point out a specific one? Like right there?
There! This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
Yes!
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
So, man, if they hadn't had Kibo be there, oh man, we would have been screwed.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Yeah, poor Kivo just being like that. Oh, and also you helped. Like, he helped a lot.
My thanks! I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo!
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh no, knowing Mew.
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Actually, I make Kibo use
Oh.
that function every day to analyze my turn.
It's so much worse than I could have guessed.
You're what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria
Oh,
quality.
Kivo, this is what this is what you've been reduced to?
Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
All right, let's not focus too much about this. Let's get back to, you know.
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares.
Exactly.
Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are
Of
fiction.
course.
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant.
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
It's almost like he knows it's pointless, but he's just gonna do this anyway.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon?
Oh.
It was set up in the cage.
Oh, right, we still have to figure
The
all
only
that
people
out, huh?
capable of that
Yeah.
are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, is he saying...
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have
Shoot.
placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi.
Oh my god, I'm having a real hard
In
time with
regards
this
to
one.
that
Wow.
dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I had no opportunity to touch the sickle. So simply put, I am not the killer.
Oh my god, I haven't even been looking at the, Oh, shoot. I'm sure Kyo is the culprit. He had a way of getting that murder weapon. I can prove it.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko.
Oh, it's like I said before. Yeah, the white cage. He was the one who lifted it. I think I mentioned that before about, like, when he took the sheet off, he could have, like, grabbed the sickle and kind of, like, hit it and then threw it away. Especially because he knew all about that room. He would have known exactly where to throw the sickle. Like, down underneath the floor. Okay, so let's
But the only
pick...
people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma...
Okay, what does he say coming up here, I think?
I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity
There it is.
to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words.
Yeah, because by the time the sheet was lifted, it was just the cage. The sickle was already gone.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth.
Oh, it feels
You could
good
have
to,
secretly
like...
placed the sickle when you draped the cloth.
As hard as this trial has been for me, I finally feel like I'm starting to kind of, like, get ahead of it. I'm like, okay, I have an idea of how this worked.
And retrieved it afterward. when you
Exactly,
removed the
exactly.
cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
What? That's exactly what I was saying. What?
It's correct. Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into.
I wonder if he is going to mention the whole thing about, like, well, Tenko's death is, you know, completely useless to this whole thing when it comes to, you know, saving everybody, because... And I wonder if he killed 2 people knowing that the second murder would be pointless. And then, even if he claimed that he killed Tenko, but he's like, but I didn't kill Angie, so it doesn't matter.
So, it was you? You killed
Because you gotta
Tenko?
wonder, why did the person, if there is one killer, why did they kill 2 people?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much.
The only reason they would kill two people is, I'm guessing, to make it hard for, I don't know, I guess to distract us, or to make it harder to try and solve two murders. Or maybe he had to kill, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma.
I was gonna say, the thing is, like, maybe he had to kill Tenko for a reason, but it was a 50-50 chance. It was either gonna be Tenko or Himiko who were gonna go under there. So I don't think he really, like, had a specific person in mind when he killed Tenko.
But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
Oh.